He's not from here, he's from Cameroon.
Okay.
So, like, he doesn't understand.
You said the surname is Okafor.
Nucha John. So I just now, the sternness now became controlling. You know, the phone call, the checking of the phone, the friends thing. They go, my dad opens the door. Literally, you be and your B friend.
Oh, he's calling you that in front of your parents.
When my son opens my mother's bedroom, my parents' bedroom, picks up the child.
Wait, he opened your parents' bed and your mother and your father were in there.
The child is in the middle from the parking lot. He slapped me. I'm like, what? Into the car, he opens the door, he pushes me inside the door. And hi, Robert Oyem. He slaps me. The drive was about 15 minutes. Halfway, he calls, he says, call your parents and tell them I'm killing you. Calls my mom. Bye-bye. 1, 2, 3, we get home. That's my biggest fear. He beat me up. He locked the house. I was beaten up. Like a proper beating. People that saw him beating me, slapping me outside, they called my friend. In that, I think 2 hours to 1 hour, I don't even, I lost. I don't know how long it took.
What were you building in Cameroon?
We have my dream home that is we just built, you know. We have a farm that's producing.
So he's making money from the farm right now.
He is.
And he's making money
It's a
from
subsidiary
whatever
farm, yes.
you've done. And all the stuff in Cameroon, under whose name are they?
I would assume because we're married in community of property.
Whose name is on the paper?
I have the papers of when we separated. I took the papers from the farm. It's his name. You want to bring the shambok? Is this the part where you? It is in his name.
I asked that question because I
know
knew.
it is.
I've been through well and back. Nobody by my side, nobody to console me, nobody to call me. Hey, what the man got trauma, but then you got longer. I've been through well and back. Nobody by my side, nobody to console me, nobody to call me. Hey, what the man got trauma.
So, I mean, now you are not working anymore.
Yes.
Was he financially providing
No, he was
in
providing.
the house?
He was providing. The food thing, I'm not extravagant. I don't need much. We eat what we have. I'm a wife. I'm building a home.
Yeah.
This is not, we have properties, we have things that we're doing.
Okay.
It's not, the providing is not your,
Extravagant.
No,
yeah,
it's
just
not
normal
day-to-day thing.
things.
Yes. It's not the body bag. But no, that's not my life, and I'm not that person anyway. Also, we building towards something. We were doing things back home for his home. Building wealth. We had some properties here, so we knew where our priorities were, as it were, like as a couple, right? So I thought. In 2022, then an incident happened that I'm like, please, because in the same estate we live in, I asked him to move out and stay where we had tenants. So when we get to the divorce thing, there's no
fighting.
And the accident of my son was too heavy on me. Emotionally, because they were called in the middle of the night, we amputating. They call him. It was a battle.
Wow! Right. Did he heal?
Yeah, he healed. He's still struggling. He's still recovering.
Limping?
But but he's recovering. God is faithful.
Always. Amen.
So we went through that. So in 2022, that happened, and there was an incident that happened that caused me to be here. That eventually, I said we separated because of court order and other things that we're not going to talk about because of the law.
Okay.
I was given a cease and desist not to discuss
that particular
issue.
Fine.
Yeah. And so we've been separated from 2022. And I found an attorney while he was dealing with this matter. I found an attorney, and I can't mention her as well because so they had to, So I found an attorney. She was helping us with mediation, and eventually she was going to help me with the divorce process. So the issue was I'm supposed to drop the charges for it was like they were playing chess, like do this then you get this, and for that matter that I'm not supposed to talk about. So and then I found another attorney. When I found another this is the next attorney. This is now in 2023. No, 2024, because this other case that I can't talk about took 2 years. Can you imagine? Yeah, he changed attorneys like 5 times in this matter. So this new attorney, I found another attorney. My first attorney was helping us with the mediation. She felt dismally because he couldn't play ball. He didn't want to agree to what, things that are straightforward. To say, do this, no, this is not your matter. The court handles this case. It's not us. We are dealing with this. Don't mix issues. That took over, I think, a year and 2 months. Our old lawyers left, right, and said, I'm not working. Remember, I'm not working. And remember, he took me out of the medical aid. He stopped supporting, period. He buys food, 1,750 for my daughter, my son, 1,750. We were taken out of the house. Eventually, when separated, he stopped paying for the house that we stay in. Everything was cut off, electricity, water, the works, everything. And he said he's not paying. And the bank called, they want to take the house. We had to move out of the house. My daughter and I we stayed at, because in the rental home that we had, he had the keys.
Yeah.
He took tenants out, he had the keys for that house. So my family had to chip in. They've been doing that for the past 4 years. Get me an Airbnb for a month so I can sort out that house that was empty. So we move out. My kids are used to living in the other side, right? It's the same estate, but there's a house now. They have to go stay in the other. What does it? No, the downgrading. I had to sit them down. That this is and they're grown now. My daughter is 12. They can see what is happening. It's not like you want to stay in a house that's dark, no water, no lights, no gas. Do you want to stay here because what? Why? So, okay, then we stayed in a Airbnb for a month. That was last year. And then eventually we moved in now to the other house. I changed locks and did the things. My family chipped in, family, friends, family, these are the people that they've been helping me with the lawyer's fees and basically everything.
So, did you ever take him to court for maintenance? Because spousal maintenance is also there. I doubt.
These things are in phases, love. They are in phases. You file for divorce, right? After you file for this divorce, there's something called Rule 43. It's a maintenance thing. But you do that only after you file for divorce. For me to file for divorce, that's why I'm here. It took forever. This guy will be out of the country there. The lawyers will find him. It's money when you look for some.
I know.
Yes.
I know. The tracers and then the sheriff to serve.
Yes.
And every time a sheriff goes there to serve and they don't find the person, the money bounces to you.
Yes.
When I was going through my divorce and I was getting the runaround, people said I was dramatic online.
No,
when
it's
I was
not.
crying, or guys, the money, every time they go there, they don't find the person, it bounces. It all comes to you. That's not involved in whatever you
I'm over 140,000 in lawyers.
Sure.
Right. And eventually he was served in another, this was now the third attorney. Because attorneys can help you.
Yeah.
They will try to help you. Owamie, then they get tired. They're not running a charity.
Yeah.
So eventually I found this attorney, a black guy, and I want to say black there's a reason why I'm saying that. a black guy, it's an attorney, he was helping me. January 2025, the guy disappeared on me. After he has served he served the sermons. He served it last year, right, in October. What the process is, after somebody receives he's received them. I'm sure that he has received the sermons. After they receive it, you have 21 days, and then they can give you an extra 5 days. I don't know what they call it in law. They have a law jargon that they use. Then his party must come back to us, and it was quiet crickets. This is November, December. We went home because he had to acknowledge it, so we can now start the process of the Rule 43 for the maintenance. Right? There's nothing. So this year, I'm reaching out to my lawyer. We're coming back from home. I'm like, what is happening? Okay, it's like he follows up and then he does what he needs to do from his side. And then he disappears on me. This is a second attorney, right? The other one, they said they cannot help me because it's a conflict of interest. I think he has used them before. Okay. What happens is if he has used, because he has changed lawyers a lot. If the matter is somewhere, because they cannot. Yes. So he disappeared on me, ghosted me. We were supposed even to meet. I went to his office. We were supposed to meet. He was in court. He said, "I'll meet you after the office." I'm like, I waited. Call, no call. It sounds like a movie, right? It doesn't make sense for a professional that has a firm in his name to just ghost you. When he has drafted the papers, he has served somebody. He's now busy with a maintenance case. This guy has been working. Out of nowhere, the guy is quiet. Then I reported him at the LPC because I reached out. Did I send you the? I think there were documents there. Yeah. With the community, I'm still in court. I'll meet you. There's no issue. We never. So I'm sitting here thinking, what is happening? Oh, ma'am, that morning, ma'am, okay, I'll be at court at this time. I think even he called me first in the morning. Whatnot. Yeah, I'm going to, because he was supposed to give me acknowledgements of receipts of the Rule 43 and the sermons, or get me up to speed of everything that he has done. Yeah. So that we can now follow process and ask these people, why are you not responding to us, this other party? Because it's over. It was long overdue. They were supposed to have come back to us, and for us to find a way whether we go to court without him, because we are able to do that. You know. So what was the problem? If you ask me, what happened to my attorney that has a firm? So these are the things that, as people that are, when we come to these platforms for social justice, it's tough things like that will forever be, because we don't have funds, because of this and that or the other. The things that we cannot say because we don't have proof. Yeah. It's my word against. Yes. Why would you just not respond to me when we were been working together? What happened?
Yeah, no, that one doesn't make sense. But the other thing again that I have to say is that everything in this country is in the pits. When I say everything, guys, I'm talking about everything. South Africa, due to the fact that there are no punishments, people get away with almost anything. In each and every single department, they are failing us. With lawyers, I also got ghosted by a law firm. I also got literally ghosted. We were talking, no everything was fine, no issues. I just start calling, no calls. They don't take my calls. I send emails, no emails are taken. Nothing, ghosted.
My current attorney that I found a month ago from R&B, they had 2 R&B attorneys. He called, literally called, even the landline. Yeah, and then I'm supposed to get files from him. It's called what is?
They have to hand over, isn't it?
They must hand over.
Yes.
How do you hand over?
With a party with somebody that is not coming to the table.
And I reported this matter at the LPC. It's been now 8 weeks. No, it's nothing. So where must I go?
It goes back to what I'm saying.
Who do I talk to?
It's because of there's no punishment. So the law firm knows high chances not much is going to be done, because why is it taking 8 weeks for them to get back to you?
And LPC is supposed to be the party that's holding these people accountable.
Exactly. But if LPC is not holding them accountable, then it leaves lawyers brave enough to ghost us, take our money, ghost us like that. No ethic, nothing. And it's so unfortunate, because when you go to a lawyer, at most times, you are defending yourself. So you need help from them.
The thing is, why do you do this job if you're not... Yes, we know it's a business. And we understand that. But can you at least be a human being about it?
Yeah, and be professional about it.
Be a human being. Be a being about it. What if it was your daughter?
No,
You've heard all the sob stories. You've read all the files. You've seen all my dirty laundry of this and that. Why would you now, at the worst time, or the worst, at the worst time, you wanna... What is... I don't get it. I really don't. I found this last attorney that is trying to help, but he's also stuck, right?
Yes, because without the handover, they have to now start from scratch, which means they need to start off by drawing the summons. They need to find him again. They need to serve him again. It's a whole thing. And unfortunately, with the law, there's one road. There's no other one.
You don't understand
the
that.
moment that you actually say, okay, let's start over, you now have to carry all the finances from his side as well. So whatever you've paid, whatever you owe this side with this lawyer, that's still what you need to pay. He now has a
For
right
him to start from
yes,
scratch.
he now has a right to say, okay, every single thing that I've spent in lawyer fees has to come to you.
It means he has to serve him again. Serve
Yes,
this, the
from
matter.
scratch.
He has to do it again.
Go back again to
Yes.
paying the people to look for him. Guys, I'm telling you, like, the South African law, the way that things are done, oh my gosh, you can plug your eyes out. People don't get it. People don't get a lot of this stuff. And especially when you're dealing with incompetent lawyers, it's a headache.
I don't think it's even incompetency, Owamie. I don't think so. I do not think so.
You think?
I don't think so.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yes, we're thinking the same thing. And also, I'm worried because my life is in danger. Why would you drag a divorce that's obvious? My ex just had a third child. It's not because you want to save. It's not a what is it? You were served.
Wait, a third child. Are these all 3 kids done in your marriage?
Yes. So I'm saying, what are we waiting for? Right now, I'm posing a question. I'm asking, what are we waiting for?
Does your ex-husband have a professional job?
Yes.
He's a professional.
Yes.
Okay. So his income is tracked.
Yeah. No, it's a proper guy, very educated man.
Okay.
He's doing his PhD as we speak.
Wow.
So I'm not talking about somebody who is. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So now I think also the question that I would have is, when you resigned, you got your pension fund,
Yes.
right? What happened there?
Actually, we married in community of property, ne?
Okay.
And when we married in community, what's mine is yours.
Okay.
What's yours is mine.
Yeah.
My husband was the financial
financial
the
guy.
financial guy in the in the union. Yes.
Okay.
And I deposited my money into his account. Our money. I deposited our money into our account. Then I later found out that it was being transferred to Kunkobai. What do they call them?
A concubine.
Yeah.
Is that the baby mama?
No, I'm not. I'm not going there.
Okay, let's not get into
Let's
that.
not get into
Tell
that.
me.
No, but also again, we were building. We were building the family legacy.
I mean, okay, I think what really now I can't say too much. People do. I gave my ex my card. He had my card. But one thing about me, my money always went to my account. And he had the... So I guess...
No, but with all seriousness, for me, it's not about that. Remember this guy, debts are piling up, right? This debt is ours together. we're in communal property. These bad debts, they affect me, right? Yes.
But I mean,
So it's not the fact that the divorce and then this is going to get whatever that's going to happen is going to go back to the 4.5 million debts that we are in, right? Of not paying houses. And there's a clause that if we do this like it's, what do they call
Negligence?
it? Negligence. They call it, there's a term they use in law, because I've been reading, guys. I've been reading because you don't want to make sense of it. If you do it, you neglect paying your debts, like because you want to, because you can, not because you cannot afford to. It's fraud, isn't it?
Is it?
Because why would you do that? Why would you can afford to pay something, you don't pay it?
Yeah.
Because so that it can affect the other party.
But I mean, at this point, he also was working, and from what I understand,
He's working.
I mean, at that time when
Yes.
you were resigning,
Yes.
he also was
Yes.
working, and you were working. From what I understand, you guys also both started working not that far
relatively,
apart.
yeah.
So he could have also been the one that actually resigned and have that money to cover the debts, and you continued actually working. Do you think maybe there was also some sort of mind play that went on, if you think about it now?
No, eventually his career took off.
Okay, so he was not making more than you.
He was.
Okay,
No,
okay,
not
that makes
tremendously.
sense.
Yeah,
Is
he
it?
was.
Okay.
And it was not because of not chasing. Guys, let me just be honest. I was happy to be my husband's wife. Yes, I had a career. I was
Yeah.
working. I went to school. It's not that but I'm comfortable being a wife. I was comfortable having that role.
Yeah.
It doesn't take anything from me.
Yeah.
I was a homemaker.
Yeah.
I was happy doing that. When I resigned, it was other things that
That were
influenced
there.
it.
Okay. Yeah.
But it is not because, no.
Is
And
it?
we had other dreams. Like I
Okay.
said, we're doing other things.
Yeah.
So when I understood, and then I found out other things.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, knowing
Yeah.
what you know now, would you still take the same decision?
no.
So,
That's
so you
that's
wouldn't.
my worst nightmare.
That's your worst
Yes.
nightmare. So you
I
wouldn't
would.
advise any young girl
No,
that is out there that is in a relationship
No,
that
don't.
feels they would rather be a housewife to actually do that.
No.
You wouldn't.
It's like, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm not saying men are the same,
Yeah.
but don't do it. Don't.
Even my eye is itching. Like, yo, Aishem.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't. It's not advisable.
Yeah.
It's not. People change. You change. People change. We all change. People change.
do.
And
People do.
you can't hold people account. You can't say, you promised me this. People change. And they're entitled to change. People they have the right to fall out of love with you.
Sure.
There's nothing wrong with that. I just want my freedom. I just want you to grant me my divorce. I don't want, it's over. And it also feels like, you still are in control because I'm here. This is not me. This is not the type of things that I would do, to come to public platforms and speak about my personal life. But
Yeah.
I had to come here.
Yeah.
Going to court, I've been.
Yeah.
Finding attorneys, this is my third attorney.
Do you know
I've
where
done-
he lives right now?
No, we don't.
Is he in communication?
He sees my kids. He takes them for an hour. Last time he was with them because he was away now So he he'll go for coffee, whatever they do for an hour, 2 hours, and they've never stayed. They've never.
So now with the previous lawyer, the lawyer that actually served him, Did they have an office? Do you know their office?
Yeah, that is it's in Sandton.
So, like at the law firm, he's the only one that is working there. Is it the because it's his law firm?
No, it's a PT. No, it's a
group.
PT.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a proper office. It's in Sandton. It's in Rivonia Road.
Does he not have a manager or someone that is like higher than him that
We
can be
called
able to-
about 4 numbers
Yo.
with my attorney. This past, I was with him. When was I with Richard? I think 2 weeks back. No, last week, Tuesday.
Mm.
He called them. He called them in front of me. They were on speaker. He called them.
And they didn't answer.
Yes, I had 3 of his mobile numbers. The office, he called all of them. There's no such thing. It's like there's no way an office line cannot be. But the question here, the questions are like, what do you think it takes for a line to change? I'm like, so this person will tell me that he would do this to all his clients? Is it possible to change?
All the numbers know it's
The
not.
level-
And they're ringing, right?
They're ringing.
Do you think maybe he recognized your lawyer's numbers?
No, he doesn't know him. This is a new attorney.
Yo.
He hasn't started. It's just that it's been.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah. So obviously.
Obviously, the guy wants the documents.
Yo. Yeah.
I just need people to understand. I need help.
Lawyers.
Like we need to get. If he sees my face, can you just give me so
That
we can carry on. I can even drop whatever needs to be dropped. I can even say the LPC, let's leave him. But can you just sign off from where you were?
Yeah.
to
the
this
next
other
lawyer, so that
person.
someone will be able to take it
Yes.
forth. You mentioned something here in passing. You said that we were building. We were
Yeah.
building things. We were building things in Cameroon. We were building. What were you building in Cameroon?
We're building. Eventually, we were going to, when we retire, that was the plan.
Okay.
When
you
we
were gonna
retire,
go to
we're going to
Cameroon.
go and settle in Cameroon, right? And things had to be put in place. So when we get there, actually, we don't start from scratch, you know. We cannot go live at the mom's house. We had the, you know.
Yeah.
We buried his mother here, but the family house is still in
There,
Cameroon. His aunt I think lives there. But then we have my dream home that is we just built, you know. So we have a farm that's reproducing. He hears me saying we, so we we have a farm that's producing.
So he's making money from the farm right now.
He is.
And he's making
It's
money
a
from
subsidiary
whatever
farm, yes.
you've done. And all the stuff in Cameroon, under whose name are they?
I would assume because we're married in community of property.
Whose name is on the paper?
I have the papers of when we separated. I took the papers from the farm. It's his name. You want to bring the shambok? Is this the part where you? It is in his name.
I asked that question because I
know
knew.
it is.
And I think at this
But the thing with South Africa is those transactions were done from here, right? And the reason why the matter is in high court, whatever that needs to be done would be done, because the court have the right to seize, to check our accounts, to check the movement. They have the right. They have the right to do. They are going to do that eventually. That's why they run around of not getting to where we're supposed to get.
You know what is the unfortunate part, ne? I'm not gonna lie. I think if it was like a place that's like Dubai, you know, the States and everything like that, those people, they go by the law. African countries,
I know where you're going.
unfortunately, women rights are not as recognized as how they are recognized this side.
And to be honest, I don't really care about the stuff of Cameroon, right? Because we are taking money here, building there. Because there's no home loan. What? No,
Everything
we were
was
doing
done
this from the.
cash.
That's why I was telling you that we were living a life that's
Frugal.
yeah, because of we know what we're doing. You know, I don't have a problem with that. it's that's how things are. So when you build, that's how you do things. I don't have a problem with that. And also, I'm not materialistic. I want my freedom, bro. You understand? Let's amicably live, and then we can decide who you taking everything that's in Cameroon. Keep everything. Buy me out of my house, my things in South Africa. Because we are in debt anyway. You're not paying them anyway. There's no money that's going to come. This is not a money thing. This is not a money thing.
You just want.
And I want my
divorce.
freedom. It's not a money thing. You had not the houses are in debt. You've been paying. You did second loans without my thing,
Your
my name.
knowledge.
Yes, those are the things that in 2019. Like, what is happening? Why?
So he went and took a mortgage
Yes,
out of
all the homes. all homes.
And did you even know where the money was going?
All homes. So when I'm saying red, I'm saying red. I'm not saying red because I want sympathy or it's in the red.
But then now with you have properties here that are owing.
Yes.
The properties in
They
Cameroon
are not
are fully
all
paid. The properties in Cameroon benefit him, so he knows that even all the properties in South Africa, if they were to get sold at a loss or auctioned off, he still wins because he
that's
has
his plan. That's a plan. Do you get why I'm saying I want my freedom? It's not a money thing. Do you hear me? It's not a money thing. Because there's no mine.
Sure.
Do you understand? There isn't money. It's not a money thing. Can you please say, just, you were given the sermons, you have people that represent you. Can you just reach out and just, please?
Like, please just do for the divorce to be done.
Please.
That's the only thing you ask. Should I also ask him for you?
Yes, please.
Say Mr. Sef from Cameroon, Mr.
Don't
Mr. Se,
Mr. Se,
please, just grant her the divorce.
please.
You know, that's all she's asking. When we were sitting actually behind the scenes, she shared a lot with me that she didn't even share here, which I understand because even for you to say the stuff that you did in the beginning, you had not planned to even say it. But I was like, for context, we do need to kind of get a backstory of how it was, you know.
Yeah.
But I won't lie. I think you need to be someone that actually goes through a divorce with someone that is trying to make it difficult or refuses to sign for you to understand your predicament. You know, I mean, I fully understand because I went through that. Thankfully for me, it was only a year. So I can't imagine you that it has been going through all this. Yeah. But how does it feel for you emotionally, like to see things that you've worked so hard for here in South Africa, like on a brink of just losing everything?
You know, the one important thing that I'm going to say is God. You know, I was not. God made me, right. He gave me those things. You know, he saved my son.
Amen.
So there's nothing that. This is just no. This is, and I'm not worried about starting over. You know, I'm not worried about that. That's not it. You know, the God that did it before, He will do it again. You know,
no, definitely.
And it's the same Pamela that did that, right? It's the same person, the same Pamela that got the bursaries, that started working, that supported him, that, you know, this is just a better version of me, Pamela 2.0.
Yeah, 2.1.
You know, I'm not scared. Well, I think when you've been through what I've been through, these things don't mean
much.
Remember when it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. I just want peace.
Yeah.
I want peace.
Yeah. And a divorce.
Say,
please sign.
I want a divorce and I want peace. And it's quite sad that these conversations, we cannot have it privately. I can't.
Yeah.
There's a court order. I can't.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? I had a mediator, which was my brother-in-law, that I put through school, that he doesn't want to doesn't want to get involved, right? I don't blame him. He's his brother, right? But I'm just saying, it's not because you want to what do they call us now? The people that are getting divorced, these people.
Happily divorced. Is it the one you were talking
for? Like these people, like now we all now want people to be say divorce. No, we don't.
Or pro-divorce or something like that.
No, I am pro.
Okay.
Why should you die because no?
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, because they assume that we come here because I don't know what we want. Who wants to be saying the most, to be vulnerable and
the most private,
the most painful and private? And I have family. I have family. I have parents that are still mourning their child. Yeah. I can't. This cannot be for sure.
No, I mean, I completely understand you, and I'm really sorry that you are actually going through what you're going through right now. And I feel like I always want that when someone comes to my show, we are also able to help them in more ways than once.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you are someone that was definitely good at your job. Are you still open to can go back to work?
No, I'm open. I think when you go through my phone and laptop and whatever, it's Peanut, it's LinkedIn, it's all the things. It's all the things.
So what I will also do is I'm gonna have your email address here on the screen.
Okay.
Can you please just explain, like, this is what I do?
Okay, I'm a network administrator. I do support. It's IT stuff, to yeah. Yes.
Okay, so please,
basically,
if you are watching, you are working at a place where you guys have space for her, or you are an owner of a company and you're looking for someone to come and work, she is here. I will have her email address here. And I think we also need to find out, what does LPC? Do we have someone that is working at the LPC that is actually watching? Please use the same email address, get back to her and just find out exactly what is going on, because I will not lie to you guys, there's a lot of injustice that is happening even with our lawyers. The same people that we pay a lot of money to, they end up betraying us, they end up ghosting us, they end up not representing us well, and that is something that is really just so sad and such a huge problem in this country, I think your story, honestly, it breaks my heart in a sense of, even though you had not told me certain stuff, I knew. I mean, I had an idea, and it's so unfortunate that you kept on confirming, like, yes, What advice would you give a young woman that is meeting a man that is a foreigner? And getting married. I mean, getting married, yeah.
I think the sad part is that fact that he has affirmed the narrative, right, of saying these people come here and I don't want to put a blanket statement on other guys. They're good guys, right? And my worst fears became true. My worst fears became true because this is the father of my kids. He's the father of my kids. So this foreign thing, I had to sit back and wonder, was my life a lie? Wait, what was this, right? But then, Joe, now it's Kisha. I'm saying this because only your perspective informs you.
Yes.
Right. I mean, right. Yeah. I'm informed. My history informs my perspective, the way I see things. You understand? So I'm only saying this because of my life and my walk. How I was there for this family. How my family were there. How they were coming for these meetings and talking and asking and after even they see him beat, there was a time where he beat me up in front of my mom. They've seen those things, but they still said, this child, maybe because of Mama High, maybe they were still trying to
preserve the familyhood.
Yeah, do the African thing, like, you know. But my father said something very profound. My cousin was getting married, I think 3 years ago. He said, marry your own.
Huh? Okay.
He didn't say it when I was getting married.
Yeah. So
I think the message was for me because I was already going through.
No, but again, as you're saying, your experiences inform you. So he's now
even
informed.
for him, because remember our parents, you know. So I just feel that it's been a ride. So to somebody who's young, please marry your own. Even with like culturally and I'm not saying I don't say it doesn't work. I'm saying, could you imagine when you come back? We come from 2 different families. You're trying to make it work. Also, he was a Muslim. I was a Christian, but eventually I converted to be a Muslim.
Wow.
I
know.
So. Do you understand? So can you imagine how little like you all understand each other? You don't need to be explaining.
Yes.
No, how so so culturally.
Yeah.
It makes things easier.
No,
so when
it
you marry
does.
somebody from outside, I'm not saying it because of the foreign thing. Things get 10 times harder.
Yeah, because cultural differences are way more than me being. I mean, I was married to a Zulu man.
Yes.
The Zulu culture and the Venda culture, like, it was different,
Yes,
you know.
yes.
There were times where it did present some issues, like when my ex-father-in-law told me I should walk around without a bra because people should see that my boobs have never been sucked. Like, basically, that people should see that.
You want to suck them?
No, you know, that people should know
What are you
that
doing
I've never had a child.
What are you doing in my area?
And I'm telling you, you know, and being somebody who, you know, my breasts are of a certain stature,
Yes.
and my nipples are
Yes.
very nipping.
Yes.
It was very weird, you
What
know,
are you
because
doing in
in
this
my culture,
area?
exactly, in my culture, my father would never,
You are a
talk to
child. You are a child.
daughter-in-law like
Yes.
that, you know, because stuff like that.
God.
But again, and this is the other thing again, I feel like when you guys' cultures are different, they get away with a lot because you don't know. I mean, I had to go to my ex and be like, and he was like, you are wearing a bra. We're not doing that, you know. But if it could have been a thing where they were like, no, this is our culture. And you being a Makoti,
the
you
odds
don't have a
are hard.
choice.
Like the odds, just like it's things get much harder.
Yeah. No, it definitely does.
For nothing else,
So-
you don't need to be fighting to be with somebody.
if it feels like you're fighting, let it go.
It cannot be fighting. Like everything is a discussion. Like, because the cultures are really different. To add to the religion aspect of it, of things, I did the things.
I mean, I feel like when you're talking, in the beginning it was definitely love. I feel like it for sure, because you skipped a lot of stuff. I feel like for sure it then became trauma bonding, which I feel like is the most dangerous bond you can have with someone, because it gets to a point where the trauma bonds you more than the love. And no matter how or what this person can actually do, it just makes you love them more.
Yeah, I actually had something more in Pindisho. I had, so if that can say, he said something profound. He said, women marry projects. We marry men that we're hoping they're going to change. Men marry women hoping they will never change. So I changed. I was not the submissive. Like, I'm like, this ends here. So because he used to say, where's my sweet girl? Like, sweet who?
You beat her out.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
So it's really tough. And the marriage thing, people must just sit down and
think about it
thoroughly. Leave the butterflies, you know, leave the be really sober. And wait a little bit until the problem is you don't know yourself.
Yeah.
This is not 100% him, even me. I was not matured enough to take that type of decision, to marry that somebody that different.
Yeah.
You know, and hoping that love will fix it all, you know. We grow up, things happen, and families get involved, things happen, life happens. There's loss, there's child that's getting serious issues of life. Live love, you know. The serious issues of that as you need to be matured to be. So just wait a while. For me, it's those things. Just wait a while, delay until you're grown in. Know yourself first.
I think below the age of 27,
No,
and I know
don't.
that some people will think that
35.
35 is not. Well, I mean,
35.
now I'm getting scared because I feel like now I know a lot, and I'm 34.
No, wait.
Well, I'm turning 35.
One more year. Let's give it one more year.
One more year.
I'll hold your hand with this one. One more year. And I must vet them.
I will send them your way. No, honestly, guys, getting married young kills so many dreams, and I wish that a lot of women were as open to can tell the truth. A lot of women are still married, but they regret that on a daily basis because they chose a partner who they themselves didn't know who they were, and they grew, not to say apart, but in different levels. You know, it really sucks. I don't even want to lie. It really sucks, and unfortunately, you know, you cannot turn the hand of time. And I remember my dad, the time that I was about to get married, you know, he kept on saying, you need to go back to school, you know, you need to go back to school, this and this. And he was like, you know, a man changes. So, and I remember looking at him, I will not lie. I said, my man would never change.
If you know the things that I've said when
he changed. You know, one thing about me, I'm not embarrassed. Shem. When I made a mistake, I made a mistake. And for me, luckily, sure, I didn't go to school, but I was very serious with my YouTube career. So at least that was able to carry me through. Because I can't imagine what life would have been.
I made him my God. For me, I made him my God. The submissive thing, I took it to another level.
Oh.
You know, when you take the submissive thing to another level now, why you wonder, like, when you look at yourself, like, who are you? Do you even know you like chicken or beef? And it's not on him, it's on me. It has nothing to do with him. It's giving your power away. So now, as much as you've given it away for 3 years, you're going to get it back. And it's a slow process. Painful process.
No, it really is. Yeah, Aisha. No, but I really honestly do hope that, you know, the lawyer will be able to watch this. Someone from the, you said LPC? LPC That's can be able to watch, and please, man, be able to help us. I do hope that Mr. Se, you will be able to watch this, and you will just grant that divorce so that, you know, you guys can just go on with your lives. Last thing I think that I would also just advise, being someone that sits on this chair and listens to so many people's stories, I'm able to also hear people's stories behind the scenes that they're not comfortable to share online. If you are actually with a foreigner, this is for my Jolofina, so if you are with someone foreign, I would definitely 1,000% advise you, refuse to build that side if you're not building this side for yourself as well. Refuse. If 1 million is going to Nigeria, it's going to Congo, it's going to Cameroon, 1 million better go to your own village. We're not talking about Joburg. Joburg belongs to all of us. Your own village. If it's Venda, 1 million goes to Cameroon, 1 million goes to Venda. 2 million goes to Cameroon, 2 million goes to Venda. If you are building a lodge, a lodge is also... No, I'm being honest with you. Because at the end of the day, whatever is in Joburg that can be taken, this man is not going to go to your village and talk to your chief in his foreign language. The same way you can't go to Cameroon and speak to their chief in your foreign language. You can't do that. They will look at you and say, what is this one doing? At least in your own village, when you get there, do you understand? Confuse the NM because you cannot. I'm telling you.
That's true.
Investment going that side, investment should go that side. If investments, we don't have enough money to invest in both sides, we wait until we save that money. Please be smart. I'm just going to say this. Please be very smart, guys, because it's so unfortunate of the things that happen. Our legal system in South Africa, there's someone that said the law is here to protect criminals. And the more and more I listen to stories, the more and more I just get discouraged and actually see things like this. You understand what I'm saying? And when you are a woman and you're financially crippled, remember you're dealing with somebody that knows you like the back of his hand. He has studied you. He knows you. He knows you don't have money. He knows where you would go for help. He knows the extent at which they would be able to help you. He's going to play you like a level ground. He's not even going to. And, you know, they say hell has no wrath like a woman scorned. Hey, hell has no wrath like a man that sees he's losing his grip on you. Yo, they will do
loss of control and power.
Exactly. He can see that, oh, she's slipping off my hand. It's the most horrible thing. But anyway, I am really glad that you were able to come and share. And I really honestly pray to God that we'll get some good news soon. You know, at least the divorce, at least you get a job, you know. You are a very beautiful woman. Very, very gorgeous. I was going to say, I'm going to come to your wedding, but I don't want to upset Say. He might not want to sign when he hears that. So she will not remarry, please sign.
Are we going straight to the wedding?
Of course, why not?
Straight to the wedding.
I'm telling you, you know.
Okay.
So I honestly just I am also proud of the fact that you were able to pull yourself out. Yeah, you were able to pull yourself out by God's grace. And you know what is the craziest thing? When I look at you, you somehow resemble someone. You know Annie Dibia?
Oh.
Am I the first person to say this?
No.
Okay. You resemble
and
her
he's
so
the
much.
one from that other show.
Young African famous.
Okay,
Yes. You're like a light-skinned version of hers.
She's going through it.
She's going through it. But, you know, for the first time in years, she's literally fighting back. And
she's taking your power back.
She's taking her power back. Yeah. And I'm happy that you're also doing the same.
Thank you.
I'm happy that you're also doing the same.
I just want to say thank you to my family, guys. My parents, the friends, not necessarily friends, because I'm not I have like two good friends, labels, who like people that have been there through this thing, because this thing affects, it's second trauma for our parents and people that are around us.
That's true.
So we take light that we're only going through this alone. Our parents are going through it. My cousins, you know, Tandy, like everybody that has been through with me and my kids and helping out. I have I don't come alone. I have a village.
Yeah.
So I acknowledge you and thank you so much.
Oh, that is so sweet. That is so sweet. So yeah, thank you guys so much, and thank you guys for watching. I pray and hope that if you're someone that is out there and you're watching, we learn different stuff. Some of the questions I ask will be relating to the experiences that I have. If you were watching, you picked up something that maybe resonates with you. Learn, guys. Learn. That's why we're having these shows. They're not for entertainment purposes. They are for helping not only just you, but also helping other people, young women especially that are out there. Just please learn. You know, you don't need to go through mistakes to learn. Sometimes you can hear and learn from them. So thank you so much for coming. You actually even came on a holiday. We're shooting on a Monday.
Please hire me.
Are you sure you will cope? Because we don't have holiday. We don't have anything here.
Oh, God.
Here, any day, it's tea time.
You're
Anytime
doing an amazing job. Thank you.
We work, you know.
No, you're doing amazing. You're doing amazing work. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
I appreciate
so,
you.
Yeah, her details will actually be here. I'm sure in the middle of the video, I will send my editor, but just to make sure, I will also put her details in the beginning of the video. So I'll put your email address. I last time we tried to put someone's CV, we couldn't. So
I don't want my CV to be there.
Yeah, you don't want your CV.
If when they inbox me, I will.
Yeah, so you can just send her an email and then she will send you her CV and everything will be fine. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us. And Ninjas, thank you so much for joining us. From Owamie Fasora, I love you guys. Stay blessed. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Mwah. And Mr. Say, please sign the divorce. Say, we only are asking for a divorce. Thank you.